Delighted to be here, ladies and gentlemen. I happen to perhaps in this room know Ravi Gupta the longest. He was a student at Kanpur working in a lab across my office, and I have watched him for 30 years, post-graduation practically every few years. Thank you, Ravi, for this wonderful journey of 30 years that you have contributed to the country. As I walked into this hall, Professor Sahasbuddhe, my dear friend, very excitedly came up to me and he said, Sudhir, we had this conversation with such and such state government, and after a lot of research, lot of data collection, lot of survey, they found that the main complaint is that the students are not interested, students are not engaged. And Professor Sahasbuddhe and I have known each other for many years, and we both have a lot of shared values and thinking, and we both almost simultaneously said, of course, but why? Why is it that the student is not interested? About 10 years back, the government of India asked all IITs to do a peer review through external committees, and I remember one of the first generation IIT peer review committee report had a very interesting section on feedback from the teachers of that IIT, and it said the students are not interested in learning. And it had another section on feedback from the students, and it said the teachers are not interested in teaching, right? What exactly are we talking about? We are really talking about the challenge that we have in seeking a transition of a young person into a responsible adult who will take care of his responsibilities, her responsibilities, and lead a fulfilled life. And for any change, you need three things. You need heart, you need mind, and you need means. अगर दिल में करने की इच्छा नहीं है तो कुछ नहीं कर सकता मैं. Anything, if I don't want to do it, you cannot make me do it, right? So heart. You first have to have a desire to do something. Then the mind is what is it that needs to be done, and then the third thing is how do we do it, right? So when we talk about information technology, we talk about AI, we really are talking about means. Mind is about what we need to learn. But what about the heart? Are we really focusing on the heart? Even a pet dog in our homes knows which family members loves that dog and which family member doesn't love that dog. Even a dog knows that. And we think our student doesn't know which teacher likes him. You think that our students can't see which teachers are really interested in their job? And do you think our teachers don't know which Vice Chancellor is really looking at their growth or looking at his own growth? Looking at opportunities to please the bureaucrats, the politicians, the people who will give him the higher position or something like that? I think we need to come back to basics if we really want to do justice with our profession, which is supposedly a very noble profession to build future human beings. We need to bring heart to the conversation. As Ravi Gupta said, he studied remote sensing at IIT Kanpur, and I can guarantee he has not done even 1 week of remote sensing work after his graduation, right? I can guarantee that. Before that, he studied geology, geophysics at Roorkee. Again, I can guarantee he has not done that for 1 week. But what Roorkee gave him, what Kanpur gave him were some values, some attitudes, and some life skills, right? I don't recall any of my students, and my students are now retired from government service in very top positions. I've never seen any student come back to me after 30 years, 35 years of teaching, saying, Professor Jain, you taught me concrete design very well. You taught me earthquake engineering very well. When I was a teacher, at that time they used to say, yes, you are a good teacher of concrete design. But after 10, 20, 30 years, they never came back to me like that. They said, ek baar yaisa hua tha. Once you said this and that influenced me. Once you, helped me in this. Or once we were at a tea stall and this happened. I feel that we have somewhere lost that heart to deal with our students. We need to bring the student on the focus, right? In last few weeks, we have had a lot of Desh Bhakti based on our conflict with a neighboring country. and we are very proud of our defense forces. I always wonder, how is it that a Vice Chancellor says, I can't take risk of court contempt? As a Vice Chancellor of Banaras Hindu University, I used to be told, if you don't do this, there will be contempt of court on you, right? What is in the interest of BHU? This is in the interest of BHU. What is in the interest of me? That's something else. So what should I do? That, because otherwise contempt of court. Wait a minute. But what about what is in the interest of the institution? No, sir, you can't take that risk. Okay. And the 25-year-old boy who has a wife in the village, perhaps pregnant with a baby, and a 2-year-old child, and a 50-year-old mother, he is willing to take risk about his life, and I'm not willing to take risk of contempt of court, right? So, how is it that in Indian Army, a 25-year-old boy is willing to risk his life? Because when an officer goes to Indian Military Academy, he is taught honor and welfare of your country comes first. The men you command come next, and you come the last, always and every time. I think we need to bring same thing. Our students have to come first, our teachers next, and the Vice Chancellor the last. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.